Are you sabotaging your weight loss from fasting without even knowing it? Most people think fasting is just about skipping meals, but that's the fastest way to feel miserable, quit early, and never see a single result. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 4 most popular intermittent fasting methods that are transforming people's health. From the easiest way to start today to the strategy top pros use to burn fat fast. I am going to explain exactly how to do each one, how to avoid the most common error that ruins your results. And by the end, you'll have a simple step-by-step plan that will make fasting easy and effective. First, let's talk about the mistake that kills retention and makes fasting impossible for most people. The first step is the one that is by far the most important and yet also the most overlooked. The fastest way to ruin your fasting routine is by not aligning your eating window with your body's natural rhythm. Most beginners make the simple mistake of skipping breakfast and stopping their eating window at 5 p.m. If you stop eating at 5 p.m., you might fast for 16 hours, but you'll be starving by 9 p.m., making sleep nearly impossible. If you shift your eating window to align with your natural cycle, fasting becomes effortless. Studies show that fasting between 7 p.m. and 11 a.m. works best for most people because the hardest part of the fast is done while you are sleeping. If you nail this basic timing, the whole process gets easier. This subtle change creates contrast. Fasting goes from being a difficult task that leaves you hungry to a seamless habit that fits your existing schedule. So, the basic step for making fasting work is simple. Start by timing your fast to include your sleeping hours. Now that we have the timing fixed, you might be thinking, that sounds nice, but which specific method should I follow to start seeing results right away? Well, the next step I'm about to share with you is perhaps the most disregarded step of them all, and yet is the one that drives the most results for people just starting out. For more health tips, subscribe to our channel and click the thumbs up to show your support. If your routine does not stand out for its simplicity, it will not work, and you will not stick with it. That's why you want to focus on the 16/8 method. You might think the 16-8 method isn't a big deal, but you need to realize that this is the best starting point for beginners. The more simple and irresistible the process, the more chances you have to stick with it. So, what is the 16/8 method? It means you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window every day. This is the most common and arguably the simplest structure. Let's use an example of how this looks in practice. Imagine you work a standard job and can choose to skip breakfast, have lunch at 12 p.m., and finish dinner by 8 p.m. That automatically gives you a 16-hour fast. This is why the 16-8 method is so effective. It reduces complexity. By confining your eating to a small window, you naturally reduce the number of calories you consume without counting or feeling deprived. For most people, skipping breakfast is psychologically easier than skipping dinner, especially if they have a family. The 16/8 method makes you think, how can I incorporate this into my existing life? Which is why people stick with it. It focuses on the time, not the food, making it easy to apply immediately. Once you've mastered the 16/8 routine, what if you want to speed up your weight loss or simplify your eating routine even more? There are 2 popular methods that take things to the next stage, but one requires much more commitment than the other. This next strategy uses a different approach, breaking up the days you fast, and it works great for people who hate daily restrictions. Fasting doesn't have to be a daily occurrence. The 16/8 routine is perfect for making fasting a habit, but many people find they can stick with it better if they only restrict their calories a couple of days a week. This is where the 5-2 method comes in. The 5-2 method means you eat normally for 5 days of the week and restrict your calorie intake to about 500 to 600 calories on the remaining 2 days. If you love going out to eat with friends on the weekend and don't want to worry about timing fast on those days, you can make Monday and Thursday the low-calorie days and easily keep up the diet without feeling socially isolated. This is how the 5-2 method gives you flexibility. This structure allows you to avoid the boredom that comes with doing the exact same thing every day. By creating contrast between normal eating days and restricted days, you trick your brain into thinking you are not constantly dieting. This contrast is the core of this method's success. On the non-restricted days, you can eat normally, but the 2 restricted days still create the calorie deficit needed for weight loss. This system is effective because it targets 2 emotional pain points: the fear of social isolation and the monotony of daily restrictions. 1 point of advice: on your restricted days, focus on highly satisfying protein-packed foods that make you feel full without pushing you over the 500 to 600 calorie limit. So the 5-to-2 method, eating normally 5 days, restricting calories 2 days, is perfect if you want flexibility and a break from daily time restrictions. Now we've covered the daily beginner method, 16-to-8, and the flexible weekly method, 5-to-2. But what if you want the absolute fastest way to simplify your life, stop stressing about food, and reach a high level of clarity and fat burning? The next strategy is the most powerful step, and it is the trick that professional biohackers and serious creators use to hit peak performance. A common misconception is that people will tell you that the key to fitness is counting every calorie and spending hours in the gym. But the truth is, the one metric that people who consistently achieve rapid weight loss look at more than anything is maximizing the time their body spends recovering and burning fat. It all comes down to the 1 meal a day method. What is the OMAD method? It is exactly what it sounds like: eating all your calories for the day within a single 1-hour window, followed by a 23-hour fast. This is the most intense, but arguably the most simple structure. It cuts through complexity completely. This strategy is important because of how it dramatically simplifies your life. Imagine never having to think about food again, except for 1 hour a day. This strategy works because it gets you to stop trying to optimize 3 meals, 2 snacks, and endless tracking. Instead, you focus all your energy on 1 hour of eating, making the rest of your day completely free. Why does OMAD drive such results? It creates the biggest natural calorie deficit of all the methods, meaning your body is burning fat for the majority of the day. Let's look at how to implement this. Most people who do OMAD choose their meal window between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. right after work, to align with that optimal sleeping window we discussed earlier. This allows them to focus on their work and family all day long. The 1 meal should be rich in nutrients such as proteins, healthy fats, and good carbs. They satisfy your body for a long fast. But here is the catch, and this is the vital thing 99% of people get wrong. You must ensure that your 1 meal is satisfying enough that you don't feel deprived. If you try to eat a tiny salad for your 1 meal, you will crash immediately and binge later. Your 1 meal should be nutrient-dense and fulfilling. The OMAD method is the one that drives the best results, but you should only attempt it after you've mastered the 16-8 method. It requires commitment, but the payoff is massive simplification and rapid fat loss. All 3 popular fasting methods that people use to achieve their goals work depending on your specific situation. The 16-8 method is the perfect place to start for daily habit building. The 5-to-2 method is the flexible weekly structure for those who hate daily restrictions. The OMAD method is the ultimate strategy for simplification and fast fat burning. If you stick to the timing principles we covered at the start and choose the right structure for your lifestyle, you will transform how your body looks and feels. Getting used to intermittent fasting takes time and practice, so the key is to be patient. The fasting game is a process that takes time and effort to get right, and not everyone gets it on their first try, so don't be discouraged if your first attempt doesn't feel perfect. If you found this helpful, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more healthy living tips.